I'm going to continue recording for chapter 1. I'm going to share my screen again, move on to some of my slides first, and then we will continue to look at the navigation bar and other icons on QuickBooks. So first, I hope you all have had a chance to look at the syllabus carefully. The best way to contact me is to private message me on Canvas. You can also use email, which will be my Foothill email. That is Gopal Shubha, GOPALSUBHA at foothill.edu. Any questions related to the lessons, I encourage students to post it on under discussion so other students can benefit as well. So the syllabus also lists all the assignments and tests. So for chapter 1, there's going to be only this one chapter assignment, but beginning chapter 2, you will do 2 assignments. One is you'll do all the transactions which is listed in the book by the do button, and then you will create the reports, export to Excel, and then save all the Excel spreadsheets into one Excel file and submit at Canvas. And then you'll have what is known as a computer exam, but it's not an exam. It's not timed or anything. You do it at your own pace. I'll give you a set of data. Again, you'll do transactions similar to what you did in the chapter in the test drive company. Once again, create the reports, export to Excel, combine all the Excel spreadsheets into one file and submit at the link in Canvas. So that is a snapshot of the assignments. I also want to remind you of my office hours, which will be Monday 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. and Tuesday 5 to 6 p.m. I will use video conferencing on Canvas. Canvas has a conference tool where you can log in, and whatever questions you have, you can talk to me and get it cleared right away. I recommend students make use of my office hours. So now I'm going to share, I'm going to log into the test drive company and then go from there. So again, you will enter qbo.intuit.com/redirect/test drive to log into the test drive company, and you have to go through the verification every time. Pretty slow. So first, on the home page of Craig's Design and Landscaping Services, which is the sample company, we will first look at these 4 icons here. So this plus button is to create, which means that you can create invoices, you can create checks, bills, purchase orders from here. It's like a shortcut, it's grouped under the customers or vendors or employees. So instead of logging on to sales, customers, you can just do it from here. You can create invoices. Again, like I said, you can also create bank deposits from here. You can create journal entries from here. And then the next icon here, the magnifying glass, is to search for transactions. You can enter check numbers, you can enter an amount, and look for stuff. So it will pull up all the source documents for whatever you're looking for. You can try experimenting here by entering a check number or an invoice number and see what pulls up. And this is a very useful feature where all the most recent transactions you can see are always under the search button. And then this icon here is what is the gear icon. So this is an important one because this has the account and settings. This is where you customize the company information on QuickBooks. It also has these lists and the tools. The lists are vendor list and customer list, and you get a list of products and services. You can print all that from here straight. And then under tools, what you see as import and export data are two important functions which you will use a lot in this course, especially import data. So this is how you bring in data into QuickBooks. You bring it mostly in the form of Excel files. And here you see your user profile. So let's log into account and settings. So here, if you see, it has the company name, the company's EIN number, and then it also has the industry to which the company belongs to, then the website, and then the company address, and you also can put in your phone number in this place, and also what tax form the company will be using. And I'm going to close out of this. And then I'm going to go into this help icon here. Again, as the name says, whatever questions that you have, you can type it in here. And all the resources which are provided by Intuit to answer your questions will get pulled up in this place. So this here, when you're here, you can also check out some videos, which are video tutorials which are offered by Intuit. They are great tutorials, and I would encourage students to view them whenever you have the chance. So that is the 4 icons here. So now we will look at this left navigation bar. We will start with sales. So when you click on sales, you will see how things are grouped here. You have the sales, invoices, customers, products, and services. So the screenshots on your textbook are going to be a little different because, like I said, the navigation bar, the grouping of the navigation bar, I should say, changed after the book was written. So if you click under sales, go under all sales, you see this bar here, which is very useful to get a quick snapshot of what is not being billed to customers, what is overdue, and which of the invoices have not been paid. So very useful information. You click on invoices. And then again here, you can see your overdue invoices, and you can also see what payment has been received but not deposited. This is also very useful for if you click on the actions button here. This is also very useful to send reminders to customers who haven't paid yet. And then you can also receive payments from here, from this screen. Again, if you go into customers, it shows you a list of all your customers. You can also receive payment on this screen. And again here, this helps you to send reminders. And I use this a lot to create statements for a particular customer. You can also create invoice from here, of course. And then let's go into the next one, which is products and services. So if you look at this, you will see all the products and services that are sold by the company. So for Craig's landscaping services, so they sell design, they sell fountains, and if you see here, they sell some pumps and rock fountains, and these are inventory items and not service items. So you'll also have a quantity on hand for these 2 items. So that is about it with sales, and then we'll click on expenses. So under expenses, if you go in, you will see all your most recent expenses. You'll see the type of expense and the category. And then you can see vendors here. So again, this bar, very useful, which tells me, this much is overdue, is not paid yet. And these are the open bills. And also I can see which purchase order has not been billed to the vendor yet. And then when I go here, the list of vendors, here I can create a bill for the vendor. And then wherever I see an open bill, I can make a payment from here. Again, if you click on actions here, you can create the expense. It's the same as creating a bill. You can write a check and you can create purchase order for that vendor, make them inactive. So you can explore the actions button here. And then I'm gonna click on workers. So workers here shows me the employees and the contractors. Now, if you want to turn on payroll, as is given in your book, you need to click on Get Started. So once you click on Get Started, it'll automatically turn on payroll. And then once you turn it on, you'll see that the list of the employees it generates, it's completely different from the list which was here. So when I was testing, when I was making this video, for some reason, this employee Get Started button was not working. And so I decided to show my students this later, because we'll be doing payroll in chapter 9 and we'll be doing a lot of this stuff. But you can go ahead and explore the payroll in more detail. Once you turn on payroll, you will see that under taxes, you will have sales tax and you will have payroll tax. So, and then I go on to reports. So these are very important from an accountant's perspective. So if you go down, you'll see how the reports are grouped. First is by business, whatever is for the company reports. The P&L, the balance sheet, the statement of cash flows, and then it's grouped as receivables. So we will use this a lot, AR aging summary, customer balance summary, and then if you go in here, you'll see sales and customers. Some of the reports which are used a lot will be the inventory reports, and then sales by customer, sales by product services. So these are all revenue reports, very important. And then the reports are grouped by payables. Again, you will use this a lot, AP or accounts payable aging detail, accounts payable aging summary, then the vendor balance summary, vendor balance detail, and then a bunch of reports pertaining to expenses. So again, here you will use the open PO list a lot. You will use purchases by vendor, purchases by product. So when I say you will use these a lot is when you actually work for a company, you'll see that these reports are used a lot by the accountants. And then you have the sales tax reports here. And then whatever relates to employees, you have the employee reports here. And for my accountant means for my CPA. So those are the reports which are important for a CPA. You have a trial balance, the journal, of course, the balance sheet and the P&L comparison. And then finally, you have the payroll reports here. And then let's go into taxes. So under taxes, you have the sales tax center. So this is what you will use to make payments for sales tax. This is the best place to track your sales taxes to what is due, what is being paid. If you had activated payroll, you will also see the payroll tax center here, and that will show you all the payroll tax forms. which need to be filed on a quarterly basis. Then we move on into accounting. Again, very important from an accountant's perspective. The chart of accounts is like the nuts and bolts of accounting. You can view the chart of accounts here. And then you see all the accounts listed here. One function we as CPAs use a lot is to view the register. This is a quick snapshot of the details in each account, the increase and decrease. So whenever I have questions on any account, I normally go to the chart of accounts and view the register from there. So if I go into inventory asset and view the register, see, you see the decreases in inventory, which means that inventory has been sold, or these are for sales to customers. And if you see the increase in inventory, shows that you purchased some more of the inventory. And then reconcile, this will be used for bank reconciliations, where you will bring your bank statement in and match your register with the bank statement. And this, again, we'll get into more details in the later chapter. And then finally, the My Accountant. This is where you invite your CPA to be part of QuickBooks. And for our course, you will actually put in my email here and invite me, so I can keep track of your progress on QuickBooks. This will also help me, find errors, and in case students are not able to correct their errors, this helps me to help them rectify their errors. So that is all for chapter 1. And then I want to do a recap of the homework that is due for this week. So what you will do is first thing is to apply for the trial version of QuickBooks Online in case you haven't done so already. This is only in case you have a digital version or you have a print version but do not have an access code. And then you will take your syllabus quiz. Make sure you complete that by Friday. Otherwise, you could be dropped from the course because this is a mandatory condition of attendance. And then explore QuickBooks as it is laid out in your textbook. And then you will do all the end of the chapter questions for chapter 1, which is true or false, multiple choice, fill in, computer questions. And I have a set of additional questions too in your homework link. You will answer those as well. And how will you answer them? Open an Excel spreadsheet, create different tabs for each of them, true or false, multiple choice, computer questions, and the additional questions that I will have there. And then just put in your answers on those different tabs. And then save the file as your full name _ chapter 1. This is important because I don't want to mix up the students' submissions. So put your full name _ chapter 1 and then upload the Excel file on the Canvas homework link. So this is how you will submit your assignments. In case of any questions, post them on discussions, or you can send me a private message on Canvas. I hope you will stay on target. The homework is due on the date specified on Canvas, and you get a 3-day grace period for submitting homework, but then I will have to dock points if homework is late. So once again, good luck, and then I will post modules every Monday. So on Monday, you will see, the next Monday, you will see the module for chapter 2.